Okay, let's not play Affinity again. Please. We'll play first. Yeah, I only wanted like 2. Alright, Spell Stutter in a Fairy Miscreant on the play. Feels good to me. We'll keep. Let's play a little bit faster this time too. So let's Island. Yeah, because I was down to like 9 minutes, and our decks aren't particularly slow. I guess this deck can be slow. This deck can grind it right out with the optimal plays, but I don't make those, so. Fairy Miscreant on turn 1, pass turn. Yeah, it's so odd to me that this deck doesn't run Ninja of the Deep Powers. I'm sure there's a lot of good reasons. Oh, we have Daze in hand. Oh, no, turn off auto yields. No, we could have countered that. Oh gosh, okay. Well, that's all right. That's all right. Not super upset about not countering an Elvish Mystic. We can counter something more important than that. I'm going to continue drawing a bunch of lands. Good thing we wanted to play one this turn. I'm going to appreciate you tried to explain that to me, Kirk, but like, that's confusing. Oh, we had such a good talk about that first time, like that first run of The Sims I had. You were like talking about all your setting Sims on fire and stuff. I feel like Daze could stand to be pretty good here if we time it right. Let's see what this is. Let's see what you have. Priest of Titania, we will counter with Spell Stutter Sprite. And then we'll counter Birchlore Rangers or whatever they want to play. Well, if it's just another like generic dork, I might not counter it with Daze. But Daze is going to get a lot worse, so maybe just another generic dork is just fine to counter. Quirion Ranger is not just a generic dork, so yeah. Get him. They can't instant generate mana here. I appreciate that you tried too, Kirk. Thanks for being an advocate for the game we all love and trust and hope for. That's pretty good. You can put opponents, or if you can put an elf stack off of. Are we gonna do this again? Listen, deck. Listen. Hey, listen. Listen, deck. Listen. Look. Take all those lands. You can take all those lands. See those lands? We're gonna shuffle them in. We're gonna shuffle those lands in. This is how, get a couple good riffles in there. And now let's not draw any more lands, huh? How about that? That's how that works. That's what you get. Ponder. I don't even know what to say. We draw another spell stutter that we can do very little with. We'll go to attacks and get in. Just pass. You probably will. You'll like hit me up in the tournament practice room or something, Joe, and you'll be like, "Hey, Jeff, it's been all this time, and I finally learned how to play Magic." Birchlore Rangers that we can't counter. Opponent's pretty much comboing off now. They can't. I don't think they can get down their all-important pump fairy, so we're not super nervous. Their clock is faster than ours now. It won't be soon, I guess. But hopefully we just draw some action. Come on, stop giving me lands. I'm gonna tilt out so hard. Okay, I'll take another spell stutter for sure. We're gonna look for their. Well, if they play out if they have that main deck armor or whatever. That kind of is how this deck is feeling to me this morning or this evening. Like, whatever. I really don't like complaining about mana flood. It's part of the game. It's just what it is. I don't think I'm super nervous about Elvish Vanguard if I can counter the last spell in their hand with Spell Stutter Sprite. If it's Lead the Stampede, if it's Lead the Stampede, I'm not that worried about because I can just Spell Stutter it. We'll see what it is. They've got about a jillion mana. And is this Lead the Stampede? Viridian Longbow, okay. Well, Spell Stutter that. That was a good spell to spell stutter, and then we can spell stutter their whatever elves they want to play for the next couple of turns. Hopefully we just keep drawing into interaction. We're just gonna F6. We have nothing important to do now, but attack with fairies and hopefully draw a big butt blocker boy. A big butt blocker boy would be fantastic. We're not gonna block anything. Maybe I should have blocked Birchwell Rangers there. That could have been a punt. We kind of need the clock though. There's a pretty succinct set of, ooh, this feels pretty good. So does just straight up counterspell. I kind of like a lot of these cards. What do we want to draw right now though? We want to draw Fairy Miscreant right now, and we probably want to draw counterspell after that. So let's go Spire Golem, counterspell, Fairy Miscreant. Don't shuffle. We'll play Fairy Miscreant, leave up our Spell Stutter Sprite, go to attacks, and pass the turn. I guess if they like, yeah, well, no, we can counter a Distant Melody here as well. They have Electrickery on their sideboard that we have to worry about, and their clock is faster than ours. So 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Yeah. So if they do 5 a turn, I guess Spell Stutter kind of turns that math on its head, and so does Spire Golem. Let's see what this is. Timberwatch Elf. Woo, snap that off. Snap off that counter. Yes, sir. Every day, all day, for the rest of my life. If it was on cast trigger, does Birchwell Rangers even matter anymore? It kind of doesn't, because we can just counter. Yeah, if they're just attacking with Birchwell Rangers, that's whatever. There's Spire Golem. Okay, so now we can play a land, play Spire Golem for 1 mana, go to attacks, get in for 5, and then I think they're just dead next turn. We'll counter whatever their play is, take whatever damage they have to deal, and that's game. So let's do that. Down 2 matches. I need this. I need the feel goods. I kind of feel like this is teched against elves as well. Something tells me that the people playing this deck had a hate on for the elves. So what do they bring in against us? What's this? Lead the Stampede, Lizalana, Huntmaster. We'll counter it. Do you play any other platform or just PC? I also play Nintendo 3DS a lot and the Wii U, and I play like Mario Kart 8 and Breath of the Wild, and Hyrule Warriors was another favorite game of mine. Super Mario 3D World was sweet. I'm a big Mario fan. And I also, what do we bring in here? They're going to bring in, does this destroy artifacts? It doesn't, right? They're going to bring in their Spider Silk Armor, so a null could be a cool like next level play. We're the control deck here. Curse of Chains is kind of cool against Timberwatch Elves, I guess. Is Curse of Chains there for Timberwatch Elves? Is it a null Curse of Chains here? It might be. Yeah, I love Zelda. I love Zelda as well. I played all the way through Ocarina of Time and Majora's Mask. It's probably one of the few sets of games that I played a lot of. I guess up until recent years, because they just went bananas releasing games, man. There are so many Zelda games out there. I feel like there is a reason to be playing some annuls here. So I'm going to see if I can find a way to get that in. Curse seems bad against Timberwatch, right? Because they can just tap it in response against whatever they want. You're right. Zelda was also my childhood. So do we bring in a null? This seems just kind of good, doesn't it? Against them? I think maybe like 1 annul or something over what? What are we bringing a null over? 1 annul over a Daze for the Spider Silk Armors? Because Daze gets really, really bad against elves eventually, but it's really, really good against them in the early game. I think I'm going to take out 1 Daze for an annul. There's Abba Ding Dong. She's almost done her university courses for the year. So I'll tell you guys when it's time to congratulate her. I'll let you know. Stop picking at my face while I'm thinking. Yeah. So, what do you think, Lynx? Do you think we take a nulls, or do you think we take Dazes out for a nulls? It's pretty backbreaking if we can. No, I think Dazes are too good in the early game. I think they just are. Dazes might hit that first Silk Spider. This is just as good, I think, at hitting that. Oh, I don't know though. We can't answer it at all when it's on the table. Does Vapor Snag get it? I don't know if Vapor Snag gets it. I think I like this. I kind of like it how it is. Let's go. Let's beat down. Oh, it gets longbow too. Crap. You're right. I guess so does Spell Stutter. Daze on the draw seems pretty good. Side in a burn deck. Token the Siege Doge. With the lulls. With the Doge with the memes. Derry, do you hang out with the Doges from do you hang out with those Doges from Undertale? I feel like you do. I feel like you might. I'm gonna update our record a little bit. Still drawing lands real good, like we have been today. We're gonna try to. I know, right? I ask and then like. I shouldn't even bother. I should just learn how to play Delver instead of just going in blind. I feel like Counterspell is probably what we want. I don't know if we want all of these cards though. We'll probably want Spire Golem eventually because we're gonna have to attack through those armors. So I think we'll put Gush all the way down because we want to kind of play a Counterspell next turn. Want to play a Daze this turn, and so then we'll go Spire Golem Counterspell, and we won't shuffle our library. There's the Counterspell. We're gonna really try to Daze one of their big mana dorks here. It's kind of Daze or die here. It's not going to be as explosive or as good as our last game. They tap out for Spider Silk Armor. I am happy with that too. Elvish Vanguard. Okay, unfortunately, we're going to have to let that go. Sure. Yep. Do you got another one? Do you have another elf for us? We can counter most of your elves next turn. Okay, I'll grab that. But then we can't counterspell next turn? I don't care about Elvish Mystic. Go ahead, pump your dude. Whatever. We have Vapor Snags in our deck. I almost feel like they should have taken Elvish Vanguard out. Alright, so we want to leave up Counterspell and Daze next turn. Counterspell a card, Daze a card, hopefully win back some of that tempo loss. Spider Silk Armor is the most important card in their deck against us. So we have to take care of Spider Silk Armor, bar none. Otherwise they just get in the way of our board, and it's just really bad. They also have Electricaries. Not hot on that. Not hot on that at all. Daze is really bad on this board. See what this is. Birchlore Rangers, whatever, just more mana dorks. Pumps the Elvish Vanguard. See what they've got. Anything, or are they just going to attack? If they just attack here, maybe I should have countered that, but maybe not. Oh, they tap the Land of War Elves in response to going to combat. Looks like we want to use some of their mana on the end of their turn. On their second main phase, that is. Take some pretty bad beats here. This looks kind of like, what does this look like? Spider Silk Armor or Lizalana Huntmaster, I guess. Maybe they were trying to get me to Vapor Snag there. There's the Spider Silk Armor. Let's Daze. We can Daze that, right? Let's Daze that. So let's Daze the Spider Silk Armor. We really need a Vapor Snag here. Super bad. Why did I tap my mana, I wonder? I guess we can Brainstorm here. Or I guess if they had a response. Let's Brainstorm. We will put a... We can't use any other islands, so let's go put an island. And yeah, we're just going to be casting a counterspell next turn. So let's put Island Spire Golem back on top. Keep the Gush in our hand, just in case we need it. You daze them! Daze them! I don't want to steal... I don't want to steal anybody's thing. Okay, so yeah, so there's no reason. We're going to counter whatever they play next turn. We're going to take a buttload of damage and just hope we find a Vapor Snag here. Kind of Brainstorm locked ourselves. Daze has a mana cost. Hey, this is ridiculous. There's the land grant. Gonna ramp a little bit, I guess. You're crazy, Lynx. You're wild, dude. Wild. Spider Silk Armor, we will counter that. I was getting a land in our hand to put back on top of... There's no justifying it. It was just super bad. It was just very, very bad. See, I don't have to flood out with this deck to lose. Okay, so is this Spire Golem Gush? Maybe not. You know enough, Joe. You know enough to get by in this world. It kind of feels like Spire Golem Gush here. Land Spire Golem Gush. But then I guess we're discarding the hand size. That might not be great. Let's do a little bit of card selection first. Let's preordain. Find the Vapor Snag, put the Vapor Snag on top. We really want that Vapor Snag right now because it'll let us play. We want the Spellstutter sprites too. So let's do this. Oh, crap. Oh my god, that was so stupid again. I guess we can Fairy Miscreant and then ponder back into it, or we can just ponder back into it right now so that we can Fairy and Spellstutter next turn. Oh, that was like... You know nothing, Jon Snow. Yeah, the delay's not ideal. Yeah. So I think we might want to just like cut our losses here. I guess we could gush into the Vapor Snag. We could like Fairy Miscreant. That seems pretty bad. Leaving up Spellstutter just cuz seems bad too, though. I think we ponder into Vapor Snag. So let's do that. We will go Spire Golem Island, because we're going to need that first, and then Vapor Snag. Don't shuffle our library. And pass the turn. Maybe we do gush here. No. Okay. So we'll leave up Vapor Snag. We'll wait till they play their dork for the turn. Hopefully it's not a super impactful dork like Timberwatch Elf, because then I'd feel like a dummy. That's a pretty impactful dork, but not something I'm super worried about here. And we'll let them get the counter. Oh, man, but we can't let them go to the end of their turn to bounce it, which kind of sucks. But I guess putting it back in their hand just makes it a 1/1. I think we will take our damage this turn. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. And then Abby bought a Google Home, and it seems pretty excited to talk to me. Okay, so now we're going to Vapor Snag their Elvish Mystic. That goes back to their hand. They lose a life. We go to our turn. We draw a land. So we're going to play land, Fairy Miscreant. Right? Maybe we should gush first, because we're not going to... Yeah, maybe we should gush first, because we only need 2 mana up for... Let's gush first. By returning a couple lands to our hand. That way we still have the mana to play Fairy Miscreant, and we can even play another... Oh, yes! We're doing it! Okay, do it like this. Pass the turn. Spellstutter on their turn to grab the Elvish Vanguard. Actually, we'll probably just let the Vanguard go. And, because if they have Timberwatch, we can't counter Timberwatch anyway. So we will Spellstutter the Vanguard. Which might let them sneak through a Spider Silk. Oh, they can get through a Spider Silk now. We dealt with 2 of them. Yeah, let's Spellstutter that. Hopefully put them off threats, and then just start casting Spire Golems and hope we win. They're pretty good blockers. Spellstutter the Vanguard, see what they have now. What is? What is? Quirion Ranger will untap the Mana Dork. Is this Lizalana Huntmaster? It's Distant Melody. Oh no! Okay, let's just F6. We got nothing to do with our mana here, so we will let them go do their Elvish thing. I thought I played so well last turn, too. I guess I gave them as few opportunities as possible, which is probably good. It's probably as well as I could have done. Here comes a Nettle Sentinel, and probably just 100 more dorks. Mana dorks, and elf dorks, and bad guys. I guess having the 4 Vapor Snags in my deck still makes me feel kind of good about this, but we really didn't get off the ground fast enough to put them on a clock and win here. We do start to we get to play 2 Spire Golems to block next turn. So I guess as long as they don't draw Birchlore Rangers or another just huge creature, we're not in a lot of trouble, right? This is only their first Quirion Ranger. Hopefully we draw a counterspell next turn or something. I'll trade with either of these creatures with Fairy Miscreant. Flip Delver, come on, do it. Augur of Bolas, dang. Okay, so let's play our island. I think we play Augur as a blocker this turn. Maybe we can draw a 1-mana spell to set up our Delver for next turn. And then we can play 2 Spire Golems next turn as well, and we'll be looking a lot better than we're looking right now. 1 mana draw spell. Come on. No! No on the whiffs. Why do you even play this card? Why do you even play this card? You're just going to whiff all the time. I haven't hit only hit 1 card off of Awkward Bolus all day. Okay, so they don't have any hasty dudes, so I think oh, wait, hold on. 1, 2, 3, 4. So I have to block 3 creatures, so I can only attack with 1 creature here or I'm dead. Let's get in with the Fairy Miscreant. I don't think they have any spot removal, so that's good. And we got to get in what damage we can if we're going to win this. It's going to be tight. It's going to be tight here, team. We're throwing away a Delver. They simply can't cast a... Well, F6, we don't have anything interesting to do. They can't cast a Timber Watcher, we just lose. They can't have a Spider Silker, we just lose. Honestly, it feels that way. I've hit 1 Vapor Snag off of a Augur of Bolus all night. There's Spider Silk Armor. I am going to make them play through this, though. Spider Silk Armor does look pretty good on this board, but Elves loses to their clock all the time. So let's see them. I don't think they will this time in particular, but there's Lead the Stampede. Opponent is going to combo off. But they don't have to win, so I don't really understand why they are, but they draw 3. Good old 3 mana draw 3. No big. No big there. Are they going to attacks? They are. Attacking with 5 beasties, so we have to block 2 just to survive. Guess it doesn't matter which one of these we block. Block like this, and we take 3, go to 1. We get to cast 2 more blockers next turn. And yeah, that's pretty much the only hope in the world we have. Draw spell would have been kind of cool there. Like, they all have +2/+2 and reach now. So what the heck just happened? What's going on? Is this Mob Justice? I guess I can cast an elf, tap Mob Justice, but I don't really know. I guess it does go over other aggro decks. Kind of a good reason for us to sideboard into our control plan a little bit more. The Annuls would have been great. I did do a fine job of countering their spells regardless, but the Annuls would have been great. I really don't know why they're still casting spells here. This is, you gotta listen to the Maverick Girl. Always yes, always yield. This deck has a weakness to time. I know you want to feel cool and play all the elves, but it'll take a long time doing it. Maybe I don't know, they can win games pretty fast too. I'm going for edges. I don't think so. I've tried to put it in sideboards thinking of Elves matchups. Like, Fadeaway just isn't, like, I'm not super hot on it. It kind of, like, I don't know, even against Stompy, by the time you're up to 3 mana in a blue deck and you fade away and have no blockers, they're just like, you know, sack your lands or my creature with Elephant Guide, kill you. So, I don't know. I guess if you time it perfectly against Elves, Thursday when we work with Duke Filson, the Sim, he's still pretty blue. He hasn't gone far. Let's see what we flip. Fairy Miscreant. Nope, we don't want to reveal anything. Let's do this. Let's play out 2 Spiral. Well, yeah, let's play out 2 Spire Golems. I wonder if they've F6'd. They haven't. Okay, so let's play out 2 Spire Golems and pass the turn. They're not auto-yielding to anything. This feels a little cheaty. They've obviously won. Like, I feel like I should... The stakes aren't that high. But I am going to die right now. Here they come. Elf beat down. It's the elf beat down. I'm going to kill this Priest of Titania to send a message. I'm killing as many elves as I can. Lizalana's not so tough now, huh? All right, pass it across. And they win easily. Okay, we can sideboard into some annuls here, as Link suggested. Just Moments Peace all of a sudden, like, out of nowhere. Like, Simian Spirit Guide, Simian Spirit Guide, Metamorphose. Fuck. Moments Peace. Moments Peace would be better there, but not that time. Not that time. Okay, so the annuls come in. Dazes are way better on the play. I feel like we can just eat them up if we have the dazes. We definitely want our Vapor Snags. I think we might go down our Brainstorms. They're the aggro deck, so we don't really care about the first Delver flipping super early. If we can use annuls to keep them off their blocks, then we might do well. I think only the third annul is kind of the only consideration. Like the third annul for their third or fourth Spider Silk Armor. But if they draw all four of their Spider Silk Armors, how do you win? Like Stormbound Geist? Well, I guess you Delver into them, right? They're playing, you know, Spider Silk Armors for a bunch of turns. You Hydro Blast or you Vapor Snag and attack with Delvers every turn. But I feel like two annuls is good. On the play with the Daze, you know, get way out ahead of them. Gush felt kind of broken back there. Okay. I like this. I like the two annuls. I feel a little bit better about the annuls than whatever I took out for the annuls. This is super bad. This is super duper bad. If we don't draw another land, we're just dead. We do have the Daze for like their turn 2 Mana Dork. They're on 7. I think we have to mulligan. What's the best way this hand can play out? Like land, the Vapor Snag your Quirion Rangers. They go Quirion Rangers, Mana Dork. Turn 1 Ponder, Daze your Quirion Rangers actually doesn't seem too bad, but then we have no follow-ups, right? We just have nothing after that. You guys think I should keep? We got time. You guys think I should keep? I'll wait. I'll wait. I'll wait. Trust me, I need a ton of advice if I'm going to do anything with this hand or deck in general. I guess we can ponder for another land, get our counterspells online, and then... But if we don't find another land off ponder, we're screwed. Like, it's just... I just don't know what we do with that. Get something good, and then daze their turn 1 play. I probably only daze if it was like Birchlore Rangers, Quirion Rangers. Like, I kind of want this for the 1/2. There are ways this hand could go well. I do admit. Well, I can't argue with that logic, Lynx. It could be a boat. I forgot about turn 1 island boat. Oh, guys, you frigged Joe right up. She has no idea what's going on now. You had to talk about the boats. This hand does nothing without another land, so I'm going to shuffle here. Yes, please. Be an island. It's an Augur of Bolas. Couldn't be further from an island. This has got to be the best days in the history of Magic. What is it? Quirion Rangers? Birchlore Rangers? Yeah. 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 Okay, another Vapor Snag isn't that bad. Okay, so do that. Play very carefully. I feel like Spire Golem is about as far from an island as you can get. This deck is like ultra confusing, right? You have Spire Golems and like Spire Golems, friggin' this Vapor Snag is gonna be bananas. You have Spire Golems, Gushes, like, I don't know, you just have so much junk that picks up islands, and then you have the Spire Golems that care about islands being on the battlefield. What are you doing here? It's just the worst. Like, no, it's not the... Okay, obviously it's not the worst to want a challenge, but do whatever you feel like. Joe with the positive takes on play advice. You talked about the Spire Golem, Lynx. You talked about the Spire Golem. You got me tilted about Spire Golems in general. There's Quirion Ranger. I'm okay with that. I can't counter it anyway. There's Birchlore Rangers. Okay. It still doesn't make a crap load of mana. If it's like tap tap, no, they can't even tap tap, return a land, play a land, try to play Priest of Titania, I return it to their hand with Vapor Snag. It's kind of like the best play I have. And this is, I almost definitely think this is going to be Priest of Titania. It's okay. It's okay. It's just positivity is all I got for you right now. Keep the positivity coming. If positivity is all anybody in the world had, they wouldn't have food or money and we'd probably all be dead, but things could be worse. I know, who told me to keep this? It was the boat. It was. It could have been a boat, so, you know. Could have been a boat, guys. Yeah. We're gonna keep them off Priest of Titania for the rest of their lives, though. There will be no Priest of Titania. They're gonna get their blue mana. This looks like the turn where they... This looks like... You know what? No, never mind. I was thinking you return Quirion Rangers to their hand on their upkeep or something, but nah. Is this Distant Melody? Ah, oh, buttholes. We're so dead. Oh, God. Oh, God. Okay, I'm going to update our win-loss really quick before the end of this game for integrity. No, I left 45 losses. Oh, my goodness. Opponent waiting for us to respond. Hits him with the elf beats. Bounces Priest of Titania. If we draw an island, I'm going to PogChamp so hard. You guys say it with me. Say it with me. Island off the top. We all PogChamp together. This feels like a... So, oh my God, the fourth Vapor Snag! What is this deck? What is this deck even trying to do? There's old Timbo. There's old J Timberwatch Elf. It's over, guys. Like, we can bounce this Timberwatch Elf, and then they have a jillion mana, all the elves. We got nothing to say about it. We had nothing to say about it. Part of me just wants to bounce this Priest of Titania for the memes, but I don't know. I think I might let my memes be dreams on this one. I think we're going to bounce Timberwatch Elf and just do a ton of praying. Do a bunch of hope and wish and praying to John Mayer and the John Mayer gods. They have precisely 3 elf mana. 3 elvish mana. See what this is gonna be. Spider Silk Armor. GG's, opponent. There's my cat. Good luck, cat. Those exist, right? I don't even know why I'm wearing these headphones. Screw the headphones. Here comes the Quirion Ranger. Sending a message. Okay. Oh my God. I know, kitten. I know. Okay, you gotta go, though. Hey, Lynx, you know, like a little while ago when you talked about how how Spire Golem is kind of an awkward card? Well, I got something to say. I got a fever, and the only cure is more islands. Oh, it's probably like the jillionth time that's ever been said in the history of Magic the Gathering's entire existence. Go ahead, opponent. F6. Beat my face in. Beat my face in. Take the glory. Take the glory along with the beats. Opponent gonna combo off. 9 minutes on the clock. I wonder if they're just gonna try to go for like a mob justice kill. Yeah, it's so it's so hard to navigate, you know? Like, it's so hard to navigate when you want to pick your islands up for gushes and dazes, when you have spire golems in your hand. And there's 4 spire golems, right? Like, it isn't, that decision comes up a lot. Like, that decision comes up arguably all the time, like once a game. So maybe I gotta talk to somebody. If I'm gonna be playing a bunch of Blue Delver, I am going to have to consult with someone who actually knows what they're doing when they're playing Mono Blue Delver. Because they might be able to tell me. we're playing cards and drawing boats, Joe. Look, boats, man. Thanks so much for dropping in. I will make a Discord. If I don't remember by tomorrow, you can remind me on Twitter. And then I will. Is there any point in letting them do this? I think we're just going to scoop it up here in a second. They're not going to kill us. What if they time themselves out? They time themselves out all the way down to 8 minutes. I mean, a Vapor Stag for Timberwatch Elf. It's not impossible. Oh, wait. Oh, wait, no. Guys. We already played all 4 of our Vapor Snags. It's over. Oh, good night, Elves. See you never. Even though I will see you, though, again, probably soon.